Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for staying around until 2:30 on the final day of Showcase. I'm Maryrose Lyons from Brightspark, and today I'm going to show you some amazing tips that will help you effortlessly market your business this year. You'll be so glad you invested the time to come here. So, right there. Just to introduce myself, can I ask a question? Does anyone know what an OG is? Put your hand up if you know what an OG is. All the younger people in the room, do you know what an OG is? Okay, right. Well, I'm going to have to change that in my branding. I call myself the OG of digital marketing. An OG is the original gamer, or some people call it the original gangster. It's someone who's been doing it for a very, very long time. And I've been doing it for a very long time. I've been doing digital marketing since it started, and I specialize in social media. And what I find is that I have a very good knack at telling of the trends that are coming down the track, what's going to stick and what's going to go away. So I'm going to share a few of my insights that you should know about if you have a small business in 2023 that will actually help you save time and make money. Okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through a few kind of hygiene factors that we need to just first look at, okay? Then I'm going to show you how you can save time, and then I'm going to show you how you can make money, and then we've got a few moments at the end for questions, if you have any at the end of all of this, okay? So this is the kind of hygiene factor bit. This is like, if you're in fashion, you kind of assume people have that fabulous pair of trousers, the coat and the boots, and then it's the icing on the top. If you're in homeware design, you assume people have like a sofa and a coffee table. So likewise, when it comes to digital marketing, these are the things that we kind of assume you've just got to have in 2023. Now, most people here probably already have this kind of stuff, okay? So starting off is having a brand. Okay, being clear on what you do. What do you want to be known for? What do you want people to say about you? Now, I've met so many exhibitors in the last few days, and one thing I can say is you are so clear on your brand, and you're absolutely excellent at communicating that. So some of the people I'd just like to mention that I found before I came here was, for example, Urban Aaron. I had a look at her website. It clearly says on her website, this is what I'm about, this is what my brand says. And then when I met her in person, I could absolutely see that brand coming through. She's really clearly enunciated what she does. Now, Forager, okay, I almost shed a tear when I was reading Forager's About Me page, okay? This is such a beautifully enunciated brand story. And again, it carries over into her products. Okay, have a read of that. I'm really sorry about the blue bar, okay? There weren't enough strong men around before the talk to actually carry it away, so we couldn't get rid of it. But I hope you can read what's being said here. So having a really clear brand, absolutely essential. Now, having a website, also very essential. Do you know how many seconds you've got for your website to download? What's the best practice before people go away? Anyone got any ideas? How long do you think people will stick around? So think of that classic case of, I always think of somebody sitting on their couch on a Friday night, they whoop out their phone, maybe the Late Show isn't doing it for them, and they're flicking through Instagram, they see one of your posts, they might see an ad of yours that you've paid for, they click the link on the ad. Now, you know how much work it takes to get people to that point. If your site takes longer than 2 seconds to load, you've lost them. Okay, so it used to be 3 seconds was the number. 2 seconds is the number now. And what I would say to you when you go away from Showcase Ireland is, go back and have a look and see how long it takes your website to load. And if it's longer than 3 seconds, there's a couple of things you can do. Okay, so the first thing is, GT Metrics is the free tool I recommend for checking your site speed. Google has a developer one, but because most things Google are made by extremely intelligent people who aren't very good at clearly communicating, it's very hard to use. So GT Metrics is the one I recommend. Drop in your URL into GT Metrics, and if the number is anything higher than 3, okay, you've got to make some changes. Now, the 3 most common areas that cause sites to be really slow to download, and there's the urban graffiti lady I just mentioned you a moment ago. Thanks for joining us. The 3 things that you might look at are, number 1, that can cause your site to be slow to download. Number 1 is hosting. How many people are paying quite a low cost to be on a shared hosting platform with lots and lots of other sites? Okay? If you're doing that, you are doing yourself a disservice, because when you're on a shared platform, like some of the cheaper Black Knight packages, for example, your site is only as good as the slowest site on the same platform or node as you. Okay, you're also opening yourself up to security risks as well. So it's worth paying money. Like, I pay €250 a year with Cloudways to host my site, because I know that I'm on my own little box, and it's a really super fast download. So if you're selling online and it is your core way of making money, I would seriously recommend you look at your hosting. Second thing, this happens so often. I worked with tons of retailers during COVID, and I was helping them to address the new situation and market their businesses online. And one of the things I found was the most frequent reason why sites were slow to download was because staff members were putting up gorgeous images of product, but there were images that were maybe taken by photographers, like Pete takes amazing shots here. Here's a moment. But he does high res, okay? When you put a high res image up on a website, it makes the page slow to download. So always make sure that the images on your website have been saved for digital use, okay? And that's another way to make sure your site is going to be fast. Third way is the code. If you're running a website that's older than 5 years old, it's time to update. Are you wearing coats and boots that are older than 5 years old? No, well then you need to update your website as well. Okay, so they're my 3 tips on getting your site downloading really fast. Next thing I want to mention, okay, this is my number 1 tip on email marketing. And we all know email marketing is what drives the sales. You know, you can do so much social media, which drives great brand awareness and engagement. But actually, when you send that email out with an offer, you know it hits your bank balance. So the number 1 tip I want to give you about email marketing is to clean your list. Now, I'd just like to do some market research. Hands up here, anyone who has cleaned their email list in the last 18 months. Yay, 2 people. Well done. 3 people. Okay, excellent. So the thing is, when you clean your email list, you have to put on your big, brave adult pants, because what you're actually going to be doing is you're going to be deleting contacts from your email list. And you're like, no way, I've fought so hard to get those contacts. And I'm saying to you, if you have a large number of non-responders on your email list, okay, this reduces the deliverability of your emails. What does this mean? It means that when you send a gorgeous email, it goes into the promotions tab and no one sees it. You want to be in the inbox. You belong in the inbox. So what I recommend you do is spend a little time. I've detailed how to do it in a blog post, which I'll show you now. Spend a little time removing the subscribers from your emails who haven't opened in the last 2 or 3 years. Okay, they're not getting your email. You're not going to be any worse off without them, but you're going to be good and better off because you're going to have more people seeing your emails. Now, I've been doing a little bit of helping out with some of the marketing for Showcase, and the first thing I did when I came on board was I said, look, can we clean down the email list? The impact that this list cleaning activity had was it led to a 21% increase in open rate. So you all started seeing the emails more because they were in your inbox. Happy days. So take that away yourselves and definitely do that. It's one way to start making more money in 2023. Everybody knows email marketing works, okay? If you spend $1 on email marketing, or let's say €1 on email marketing, that can drive €36 in revenue for your business. And it's an area of marketing that we often forget because it's not as sexy and glamorous as trending on Instagram and putting out reels and having people talking to you. But it's actually email marketing that brings home the business and closes deals and makes money and puts food on the table. If you want to find out how to do email list cleaning, just Google email list cleaning Brightspark, and I've got a couple of blog posts that are there. They've been there for years, detailing how you can do it. It's not that difficult. It's really beneficial, and it's another one of my kind of health check hygiene factors that definitely we need to have a look at. Now, the last one of these I want to mention is ads, okay? I can't give a talk on digital marketing without mentioning this because so many people don't realize that the day has come in Facebook and Instagram ads. You actually have to have a fairly chunky budget for your ads, okay? So anyone who tells you that, yeah, put on like 10 euros a day daily budget on your ads, you'll do fine. No, you won't. You will spend more money creating the creative, paying the person who's going to manage the ads, and you're not going to have enough money to pay Facebook to build the numbers that you need, to build the audiences that you need, and to be able to get in and retarget those audiences. And this is a way I can actually save you money. If anyone has any Facebook or Instagram ad campaigns running right now and your budget is less than €50 a day, I would actually suggest that you turn off those ads and spend the money on something more worthwhile instead. Or increase the budget to €50 a day. And now you're going, what, €50 a day? I haven't got that kind of money. But what I would point out to you is these numbers here. I was doing a campaign for somebody before Christmas. It was quite a short campaign. We didn't have a lot of time. They didn't have a huge amount of money, but I said to them, we can't run your ads on, they wanted to run it on €20 a day. And I pushed them to increase the budget to €50 a day. And these are the kind of results we got. We had 393 purchases, averaging €50 spend. So we made them €19,000 off a spend of $5,000. They wanted to spend, let's say, $2,000. If I had gone along with it, they would have made zero money. So unfortunately, with Facebook and Instagram ads, you have to have the budget in order to get the results. Okay? So I hope they're good kind of hygiene factor takeaways. So now, on to the main point of the talk. So I want to show you how to save time in 2023, because I know, having worked with so many of retailers and people who are here, that it's really, really hard to stay on top of your digital marketing. You might spend a whole day as a maker creating, you might spend a whole day in the shop selling, and then you get home and the last thing you want to do is sit down and spend like 3 or 4 hours working on your marketing. Because I love marketing, but you don't necessarily have to love marketing the way I do. So what I want to show you is, this is the thing that's going to blow your mind, okay? It's called ChatGPT. Now, hands up anyone who's heard about ChatGPT. Yay! Okay. Right, for the rest of you who haven't heard of it, this is going to be quite an intimate moment, okay? You are going to, wait there, where am I going? You are going to remember this moment. Actually, you'll be talking about it in 10 years. Do you know when you first saw Google? Think back to when you first saw Google and you're like, I remember when I first saw it and it was clean and wide and I could put things in and find things. That's exactly what ChatGPT is, okay? So ChatGPT is an artificial intelligence tool. And I couldn't stand up here in January 2023 as a marketer and not tell you about it, okay? ChatGPT is going to make me redundant, and I'm delighted because I can go and do far more creative things instead. So what it is it's a free, well, it's at the moment it's free, but they're going to charge for it very soon, as in like, I think tomorrow. But it's a free-ish tool that you can use, and it actually has read the internet up to 2021. It knows every single thing in the internet up to 2021. It's brought to us by an organisation called OpenAI, and they are an open source artificial intelligence platform. And basically, what you can do with ChatGPT is you can ask it to do anything. Okay. Now, I want to show you how you can use ChatGPT to get a lot of your marketing done. Like, why don't you sit down when you've got over Showcase and the last 3 days, why don't you sit down at home and spend an hour on ChatGPT and get your marketing done for the next 6 months? Okay, big call, but I'm going to show you how we do it. Okay, so we're never going to forget this moment. Joe Biden endorses ChatGPT. And I want to just show you what we're going to do. Okay, I'm going to show you how you're going to write your ad copy, how you're going to research your keywords for search, for example, or for running your pay-per-click ads. Write a few social media post captions. We might do them in multiple languages, sure, why not? I'm going to show you how you can do some blog posts, and I'm going to show you how you can create some pretty good looking images without the need of a graphic designer. Now, okay, so firstly, can I ask this gentleman here to be my lovely timekeeper? What time is it now, according to your watch? 2:44. Okay, right. Fingers crossed ChatGPT is on. Oh, yes, it is, baby. We're in for a treat. Okay, let me just... I think it's ironic. I have to tell the robot that I'm actually not a robot. Okay, here we go. Now, I just want you to see the power of this. Okay, so can we say, take the time again, please? 2:44 still. Oh my God, time stood still there. Wow. Okay. So 2:44, I'm going to show you how to make your marketing work for you. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm kind of thinking of like a fictitious Irish skincare company, like for women over 40, okay? So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to say to ChatGPT, write some copy for an Irish skincare brand for women. Okay, now watch this. Okay, ChatGPT is just thinking, it's going to put some copy together, and here we go. Now can you see it? Can you all see that? So for example, you're deciding you need to refresh the copy on your website, and you're going to go in, and you're going to tell it to do this, and away it goes. It's writing out some pretty nice copy. Now, if you have a website, this is what amazed me. If you have a website where you've already written quite a lot of copy before, you can tell it to write it in the style of your site. So for example, I'm Brightspark. I got it to write me some blog posts in the style of Brightspark, and it was eerie. It gave me back blog posts that read to me like I'd written them. Okay, so pretty amazing stuff. So we're going along here, introducing our Irish skincare brand. So there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to say, okay, cool. Give me some more proof of concept, please, to drive sales. And it's going to give me some more proof of concept. So for example, you know you need to have more salesy focused copy on your website, but maybe you're not a salesy focused person and it isn't natural to you to write that kind of copy. Well, now you can just literally get ChatGPT to write it, and then you can edit it. So I'm not saying to you that you have to copy and paste every single thing that ChatGPT does, but you can copy and paste, add a few little flourishes and keywords that are all your own, and happy days. So now look, our products are not only good for your skin, but don't take our word for it. They've received raved reviews, blah, 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 blah. So then I'm going to say, okay, so don't wait any longer. Okay, so now I've got my proof of concept, and I'm going to say, make it shorter, and I'd like you to add some emojis, because we all know emoji is the language of social media. So now it's going to do that for me. Okay. Off you go. Come on, it's thinking. Okay, introducing our Irish skincare brand for women, made with locally sourced ingredients that nourish and protect your skin, cruelty-free of harsh chemicals. So it's giving me all the key points of the product with the most appropriate emojis. You don't have to go off and find them anymore. They're just all in there. Now, the best practice for Facebook ad copy text is 140 characters. So I'm going to say now, make it 140 characters. Now we're getting it to write our ad copy, okay? No more having to pay people like me to come up with this kind of copy. You can do it yourself, okay? So make it 140 characters. There we go. Here it goes. Isn't this amazing? Isn't it awesome? I wish I could say this is me, but I'm telling you, you'll always remember the first time you saw ChatGPT. Okay, so it's done at 140 characters. You know the way with Facebook ads, they always say, well, I always try to have 4 or 5 versions of my copy to see what's going to work first for testing. Okay, so give me 5 versions. Okay. So it's going to give me 5 versions of the copy. Okay, I know from speaking to a lot of you in the last few days, there's a lot of activity going on of UAE Arabic customers are really interested in Irish skincare. So why don't we actually translate this into Arabic, just like this? Okay, there's my 5 variations coming up. They're all perfect. Get radiant skin with our Irish skincare brand. Obviously, if you had your name on it, get radiant skin with, Nourish or whatever you're called. Made with locally sourced. Experience the beauty of Ireland in every drop. Say goodbye to harsh chemicals, etc. So there's our 5 versions. I think we should translate it into Arabic. Translate it into Arabic. And we're going to do that now. No more paying translation companies. Translate it into Arabic. Oh, it's thinking. Here it goes. Isn't it amazing? Can we have a round of applause for ChatGPT? Isn't it brilliant? Now, we can put it into Spanish. We can put it into lots of different languages. Okay, so now I'm kind of going, okay, cool. I've got my website copy. I've got my ad copy. I've got it in multiple languages. I think now I want to write a trending, viral Instagram copy. Write a viral Instagram caption, please. It's like the best intern you've never had in your life. Okay, so we'll stop the Arabic, and we're going to go write a viral Instagram caption. And it's going to do that, off it goes. And then you say to yourself, but we also want to be on TikTok and Facebook as well. So I'm going to actually get it to write a TikTok caption and a Facebook caption. Okay, so here's the viral. Get ready for the ultimate Irish glow. Put in the hashtags, it puts in the emojis. So say I want longer form, please, for Facebook in a humorous style. Right, so now it's actually writing humour. Anyone who's ever been asked to write humour in social media knows how goddamn difficult it can be to do that. So now we just have to get ChatGPT to write us a caption in a humorous style. Are you tired of using skincare products that promise the world? Well, put down that jar of snake oil and listen up. I quite like that as the humour. And then you say, no, not our brand. We're not doing humour, we're going to do sciencey. So we're going to stop this and we're going to say, no, give it to me in scientific style. And now it's going to start talking about all the sciencey bit. Okay. So, are we kind of impressed with ChatGPT? Now, my lovely timekeeper assistant, what time are we at? 2:51. So it took us like 8 minutes to produce web copy, blog post, ads copy in multiple languages, Instagram captions, TikTok, Facebook. So what I am suggesting that you all do after you've gotten over 3 days at Showcase is sit down and write out all the marketing material that you need for the next 6 months. And then literally you'll have it done in an hour, copy and paste it into your site, and then go about your business, being a creator, being a maker, and making sales, and not having to worry about all of this stuff. Okay, so that's the first thing. So have I delivered on saving you time? Thank you very much. Now I'm going to deliver on saving you money. Watch this. So we're going to hop back over here to, thank goodness ChatGPT didn't let me down. Okay, where are we? Okay. Oh, Dall-E, the images generator. Would you like me to show you how you can make perfectly graphic designed images without actually having to do any work? Yes. Okay, so from the same stable as ChatGPT, we've also got Dall-E. Okay, now there are other ones out there. Stable Diffusion is another one I quite like. Dall-E, you can literally type in anything. Would anyone like to suggest an image for me to generate? What about a lifestyle shot of a fashion designer in Ireland in Polaroid style? Thank you. So I'm saying I want a lifestyle shot, I want a fashion designer. Right there. That's not the image, that's just making its mind up. It's going to give me 4 or 5 images here. Usually they're pretty good. Okay, right there, that's still making it happen. So they're pretty good. And if you find one that you like, you can click on that and then you can get it to iterate down. So all the graphic designers in the audience are sitting here really kind of uncomfortably at the moment. Okay, look, Polaroid style, fashion designer shots, that's quite a good one. I would click on that and I'd drill down further on that. So here's an example I did earlier, okay, for our skincare brand. Like you could literally launch a skincare brand in 2 hours if you wanted to. So I looked up here, lifestyle image that can be used by an Irish skincare brand targeting women over 40 in an ad, okay. They're not bad, eh? And then I said, okay, let's see it of Japanese women. There we go. So you can suddenly become an international marketer. You can write all your copy in multiple languages. You can create all your visuals for your ads using images of people from the market in which you're marketing to. And a question which I know somebody is thinking right now is, are these real people? And I didn't know that either. So what did I do? I went over to ChatGPT and I said, are these real people? And they said, no, they're artificially generated. All of those are artificial simulations of people. They are not real people. So work away. If you need to have children in your images, it's always very difficult, making sure you have permission and so on. Go on over to Dall-E and use your friendly tool for creating images of children. In the circles in which I move, there's an awful lot of talk about, I'm on the fence, ChatGPT is really bad. That's the stance I'm going to take. I'm clearly in the, it saves you time. Okay, don't trust ChatGPT for absolutely everything. Okay, I actually was asked to provide a biography of myself for giving this talk. And I went into ChatGPT and I said, write a bio of me. And it said, not bad, it was about 80% there, but it said I had a degree in HR and I worked in organisational psychology. So it was clearly wrong. So you do have to not take everything it gives you, like as 100%. And you have to be a little bit mindful of plagiarism, okay? Because I did ask, what are the flaws of ChatGPT? And ChatGPT itself told me its own flaws. So once you go into this with your eyes wide open, and you're not going in saying, this is it, it's going to do everything. It's going to do 80% of everything. And whatever answers you get, you can edit yourself and put your own little tone in and make it your own and make it absolutely fantastic. This is a book that is being recommended by Colin Lewis, who is a marketer I really, really respect and admire. It's the first book I've seen come out, and it actually includes all the kind of prompts that you need to make ChatGPT work for you. So if you're interested in this kind of thing, take a little photograph of that. And that's your textbook for doing your marketing for the next couple of years, I would say. Okay, so ChatGPT is amazing. Last thing I want to mention on ChatGPT is that on Monday, they announced that they were going to start charging for it. So at the moment, it's completely free. I would pay $42 for this, and the way I would use my $42 wisely, because I'm kind of scabby this way, is I would pay the $42, I would use ChatGPT non-stop for a month. I would do everything I need on it for the whole year, and then I'd unsubscribe at the end of the month and get everything done for me in $42. So that's what you can do too. Now, moving on to look at how you can grow your business. Okay, so you're already going to be feeling super productive because you've got like really well written hashtags, you've got really well written copy and website and so on. And you might say to yourself, but what should I be doing now? And what I would recommend you do is do like someone like Melissa Curry's doing, okay? She is the face of her brand, okay? She puts herself across all of her social media activity. And I feel like I know Melissa Curry just through following her on Instagram. Now, she's not the only one doing this. Daki Design, she does this beautifully as well. I went up to her today and I felt like I was her long lost sister. She probably thought it was a bit strange because I follow her on Instagram and I love her stuff. So what I'm saying to you is that we're moving into this world where on the one hand, we've got the computers and the artificial intelligence doing a lot of the work. But on the other hand, and especially the way it's gone with social media, is that we have real life people doing real life things. It's not the slick, polished Instagram posed shot anymore. It's actually real life people just showing what they're doing over the course of their business. Pure Oscar, she shows herself attending events, she shows herself on a bad day, on a good day, and that's great because her audience start to build a relationship with her and they start to like her and trust her. And when you like and trust someone, you're going to buy from them, as opposed to this slick, over-stylized type of image that comes out once and bangs you with ads and doesn't give you any reason to buy. So the thing is, there's a whole lot of behavioural science on this, and it says that if you show up consistently, the biggest important thing you can do on social media is just show up, okay? When you're having a bad day, when you're having a good day. It increases your visibility, okay? So there's your brand awareness, happy days. It builds trust with your audience, okay? So that's measured by reach and engagement. And it can drive sales. So that also feeds the algorithm. So if you're showing up all of the time, even on a bad day, it will feed the algorithm. So it means that when you show up again and you've got a post you really want to get out, the algorithm is more likely to pop your post out into the feeds of all the people who follow you. So what I found as a social media practitioner, I've been doing social media pretty much since it started. We've moved through different sort of phases of maturity of social media. And we're now into the phase of what I call kind of teenagerhood, where it's like we want to move out, we want to move away from home, and we don't want anything scheduled. Now, what I mean by that is, when I used to run social media campaigns for clients and brands, especially in kind of B2C sales, we used to plan out the month. We'd make the content, we'd schedule it all. We all know the tools, Hootsuite and Sked Social and so on. And then we'd schedule it all out and away it went. Okay, but I'm afraid, my friends, that world has kind of changed, because the posts, and you'll all know this from your own socials, the posts that actually work the best are those off-the-cuff, last-minute ones of the standing outside. Oh, look, there's someone dancing outside my store. Boom. And that's going to trend and have higher reach than any other post that you could have planned and scheduled in advance. So what's driving this is actually TikTok and Instagram. You are allowed to show people what you're up to. And I had a little look to see who from Showcase is actually on TikTok already. And it's interesting, because this time next year, the numbers will be a lot higher. But I just want to show you some of the examples of some of the people who are doing really good stuff. So we have OMC Knitwear. This is Lorraine Posen, one of the artists who's down there. She uses TikTok just to show what she's doing. This is her attending a Christmas market at Rathmines. I wanted to just share with you some of my ideas on the hygiene factors that you can do for your site, your email list, and making sure you're clear on your brand, save you money on ads, save you time on ChatGPT, and then hopefully get you thinking a little bit differently about how you're going to run your social media in 2023. Now that you've freed up lots of time, you can maybe put yourself as the face of the business and tell your story more through short form video. So, this lady here is Maryrose, for anyone who likes Schitt's Creek. Is Anam Dum Maryrose Lyons. So I would like to say thank you very, very much for showing up for the last talk of the last day at Showcase Ireland. And if anyone has any questions, I'd be delighted to take them from you now. Thank you.